The problem I've always had with saying, oh, it's the WEF, or it's Bill Gates, or it's Soros, or something like that. I was thinking, if only the enemy was that small, if only there were a clutch of sort of Bond-baddie individuals and a small group of organisations, the Fabians, but it's actually bigger than that. I mean, those groups, don't get me wrong, are certainly in the mix, but the problem is much, much bigger. And I realised that, again, this has been something of a slow realization for me, that there was an entire social class that we always ignore. And it occurred to me, actually, when I was on a Green demo, not as a participant, but sort of visiting, because I was making a doc series about the Greens. And I thought, who are these people? To what social class do they belong? I was a Marxist back then, so I used to think about class all the time. And I thought, well, they're not working class. There were no workers on this rally. You didn't get any stevedores or miners or dockers or truckers or hairdressers. They weren't there. So I thought, well, maybe they're middle class. And I said, well, the middle class, you can't. The commercial middle class wasn't there. You didn't get any used car dealers or builders merchants or bank managers. The hard-working, commercial, capitalistic middle class wasn't there. What's the name of this other group? And there is a name. It's called the new class, and it's been used by Irving Kristol and Popper, I think, coined it. But other people use it. But no one's heard of it. And yet, it's a brilliant description of that class of people who encouraged the growth of the state and have benefited from the growth of the state, and whose number has expanded with the growth of the state. And it is broadly consistent with what the Europeans call the intelligentsia.